I'm wondering if maybe I needed to level up before I tried this offline. Feels that way. Feels a bit tricky. We're just going to sing the Song of Elysium. Boom. Show them who's in charge here. Oh, we will. Maybe it also would have been more helpful if we left some of the slaves here. You know? The ones that we bought. Maybe if we'd left the gladiators here, they would have actually, like, aided in combat. Possibly, maybe.
Our victory is certain.
Right, so, come on then. Whose go is it? It's my go. Right, first things first. Boy, oh boy. What do I want to do? Who's going to be the biggest thorn in my side here? Somehow I think you are. For the time being. So let's have at 'em. Wait. Why didn't that... Oh, it did. It just needs to update. Right. Then let's go ahead and just run back a little bit so we're out the way. Reveille. I would like you to... Oh, you know what? Do I want you to enlarge? I think we'll stay normal sized for the time being. I think we'll stay normal sized for now. Because I think it's going to be pretty close to either, regardless of, like, they're all going to be coming through this way, I think. Besides from Black Mask over there. So we should be close enough to get attack of opportunities in anyways.
Strike as one.
That wants to be activated. Okay, what's that doing here? What is that? They don't seem to be selectable, but they are indeed here. Right, so now anything that's going to run through there, which is going to be like quite a few of them, has the potential to trip. Wunderbar. Actually, can I switch weapons? Switch weapons. How would... Just go here. Go to that. Oh, shit. Right, so that uses up my... Of course it does. Of course it does. Hold there. Thanks, Josh. In my panicked state, I didn't bother to look at the end of the hotbar. I know that's where they are. I know that's where they are, and I don't know why I just glazed over it then. Oh, cheers, Josh. Right. Let's see if this helps. Let's see if this helps. Let's try, like, there.
This spell doesn't work like that.
Oh, do I have to choose an actual enemy? And then it goes from the point of the enemy? Nope. Failed to overcome the resistance. I thought one of them would at least be open to fear. Apparently not. That reminds me to maybe go through and actually check resistances before I cast spells and waste spell slots. Yes, maybe, possibly. I've used up resistance, haven't I? Yep, I have indeed. Let's just do that then. Oh no, it's on. No, never mind. Wow, minus 4 levels from me. Fuck me, those guards are pricks. Boy, oh boy.
Out of my way.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, jeez. The level subtraction, not a fan. Not a fan at all. Can't wait for greater enduring spells. Okay, this is where it starts to go downhill. After the slew of enemies take their turns. Oh, here comes Raggy. Zoinks! Here he comes. Yeah, and there goes another level. And some more damage for me. Okay. I was going to take him out, but really, I think I need to... Yep. I need to try and get these guys out of the picture. Because those level subtractions are not nice. Does Sarah pack the Death Ward spell? Completely negates level drain. Must have for some fights. I'll take a look when we get round to her. I don't think she does. I don't think she does. For some reason. Enduring spells are a quality of life feature. 11 attacks. You can do this. I think Magic Fang's already activated, right? It should be. I'm sure I activated it last round. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't.
Attack!
I've wait. Come on. 11 chances to hit. 11 chances to hit. 11 chances to hit, and none of them fucking hit. Okay. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's okay. Oh, it's your go, is it? Oh, okay. Something tells me I maybe should have leveled up a little bit before I came and did this quest. Nice. Is she roughly at the front? I think she is, right? So I can avoid my allies. Of course. Of course. Where is Sarah at? She's just, yeah, she's down. In Revelie's defense, yeah, no, exactly. That's all it is. It's not the character that's performing badly. It is just the fact that like all of those negative levels are fucking us up. Yeah, no, I'm not blaming the character. Believe me. It's just fuck. So much to try and keep track of. Please just try and get this guard down. 53. 67, 27. Come on, one more hit. There we go. There we go. Alright, Avu, your job is to just distract them. Hammond, can you get over there? A little bit. Okay, Nalfashnee. Being a fucking prick Nalfashnee as every other Nalfashnee. You know what? I don't even care if I'm generalizing here. Nalfashnees, the entirety of the Nalfashnee species, can fuck off. I despise them. Horrible creatures. Horrible. Hammond just goes. I know. So good. Just an outright damage dealer. That's what we need every now and again. What am I kidding? We always need an outright damage dealer. Right, boom. Come on. 16 damage. Okay. Okay. I think another issue is that there are far more enemy hit points on the table here than there are ally hit points. Let me see. 225. 152. Like, I think we have on average like 100 and, let's say 170 hit points per character. So 7 times 170, whereas these guys have a few big hitters and then some kind of big hitters. Jeez. The guards. The guards. It's so tricksy. Wait, what range is it? It's close range. Let's try and slow that down. 66? 66. Another 600 and that would have been the magic number, right? That's my go. Revelie's distracted. So is she. I think I could have done with another level, I really do. Another level or two is oh, jeez. I discovered Vital Strike the creature and you kill it and have cleaving finish. Oh, it's automatically upgraded to Vital Strike. I didn't know that. Another 600 or another 3, depending on the mode you're going for. Yeah, if we'd really just wanted to get down and dirty and just, you know... Oh, boy. What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? I think, I think if this doesn't work, I might end up reloading prior to going into the hideout and just trying to get some levels, because this is feeling incredibly punishing. I'm sure a better player could do this with ease, with relative ease. I am not that better player. Mage armor's gone, okay. Death Ward for the win. And the thing is, I can't do anything with... I don't know if Sarah has Death Ward. And if she does... Well, it doesn't matter anymore because she's dead. Oh, God. Could you stand up, perhaps? You're going to provoke an opportunity attack, aren't you? Yes, you are. Bravely, bravely running away. That's what you'll do. You'll bravely, bravely run away. Actually, no, you know what? Oh, boy. Should have went Arcane Trickster. Should have went Arcane Trickster. It would have probably put us in a much better... It would have definitely put us in a much better situation right now.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
Right, how many do I have up? Myself and Avu and Matrin. Listen, guys. I'm not going to waste time. I don't think I'm doing this encounter, this session. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to beat this. I want another level. I think we need to finish exploring the city. Did you see my chat from just after the break? Let me check, Josh. Let me check. I think I must have missed it. Not played as an Azata, but when I wanted to kill the slaver that had suture, I found the fight too hard as it brought in all the other slavers. I had to take on the others individually first. I did not get their shop inventory as loot, so make sure to... Right. So if I kill each of them in the market individually, that will not trigger all of them to gank me in one go. Thank you. Josh, that's literally probably saved the fucking attempt here. Right, so I'm going to reload prior to going into the hideout. And I think maybe... What time are we on? I'm going to say I have like another hour, maybe even 2 hours if I can stretch it out. Loot. Purchasable items. Let's maybe go do a little bit of leveling up. Maybe we take on each of the slavers individually. Because I feel like one of them on all of us, easily manageable. So where was it? Middle City? It wasn't that one, was it? That's in the... Oh, fuck. Do I really not have... Let's try it here. I'm going to try it here. I know I'm in the hideout, but I haven't triggered combat yet in this save. So let's see if I can just walk back outside. We'll see. I feel like it was kind of like Act 3 was easily understandable because I'm about to say something dumb. Get ready. Here's what I was going to say. Because the further out you go on the world map, the more difficult the encounters and the quests were. And I was going to say, I don't have that in Alashanera. No, I actually do, don't I? I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that the lower city quests are entry level, the middle city are the tier above, and the upper city are all the difficile, the très difficile quests. In which case, we want to leave. We want to perhaps take on the slavers individually. However, I might wait until... I might have a little shopping spree off stream. So then I can take the time to maybe bring each character that I want to kit out with me without having to spend like an hour on stream walking back and forth with characters. And then finish off well, kill all the slavers individually. In which case, should we take on some more arena? Might that be a good idea? Because the arena was pretty easy, it seemed like. So, talk to the demon in the black mask. Well, yeah, I did talk to him, didn't I? I did talk to... This is another thing. If I killed him then, I wouldn't be able to do Social's thing, right? Maybe we need to have Sausage with us when we talk to him. Either way, back down to the low levels, I think. How far are you from the next level? A fair bit. A fair bit. But through the completion of some side quests and some companion quests, I reckon I can get it done. Like I say, I'll do companion quests off stream. Side quests we'll do on stream. And anything else that we happen to encounter that just needs to be done, we'll do on stream. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like another level, gaining another level, getting rid of the individual slavers, that'll leave us sitting pretty, I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh. Well, that's good. That's good. My ability to speak is just as good as the viewpoint. Bad Luck Tavern, so it's all the way up here, right? Indeed it is. And I wonder if we should maybe... I cannot rest here. Yep, that's right. I need to go to the Bad Luck Tavern, don't I? I need to go to the tavern. Oh wait, but then again, could I not? Fixing the spells prepared and all that just... Yeah. Yes, that too. That's why I was going to rest now. Does resting in the tavern gain me corruption? Should I just go back to the Nexus? I'm curious about that because technically it's not a sacred place. So it would get me corruption, right? Wait, who's this? I've never seen this person before. Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face, and prominent cheekbones that bring to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Golarion? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Mielara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues, and the captain of an airship called the Starcatcher III, or called Starcatcher III. What's a sorceress from Absalom doing in this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? I suppose you could say that I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experience and, at the same time, trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How do you manage to survive in this place? I see what you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain that doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronaut code. I never ignore those in distress, I never attack other vessels, and I honour the integrity of the cargo I am entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, even if it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn, and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. Do you know a pirate named Kurz? Every aeronaut of the Midnight Isles knows that bloodthirsty animal. He's an ignoble and filthy scoundrel who revels in the depth of his moral failings. Back on Golarion, even the Shackles pirates, who are usually at each other's throats, unite to hunt down degenerates like him and hang them from the yardarm. Crooks like him don't belong on a ship's deck. The right place for them is behind bars or with a noose around the necks. I'd like to know more about you and your ship. And I understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like the Starcatcher III in the Abyss. Actually, captains like me are a rarity here as well for obvious reasons. Okay, tell me about the ship. So, it's not the first ship I've captained. Okay, it's technologically advanced. She's the most reliable and neat vessel you can find in the Isles. Okay. Even made a short raid to the Rift of Repose, the place where souls of murdered demon lords slowly disintegrate, imprisoned inside crumbling stone sculptures. Has a unique reputation. She's never participated in pirate raids, never transported smuggled goods or slaves, never passed by other vehicles in distress. So it sounds like if we ever need a ship, we want to talk to her, right? I know that the DLC has something to do with, like, you take a ship, right? You captain a ship, or you hire a ship to take you somewhere. That's the latest DLC, I think, right? And maybe she would be a good one to go to. Who works on your ship? I handpick my crew personally and extremely meticulously. I try to recruit those who are not completely corrupted by the prevailing customs of this place, let's put it that way. Even here, there's a chance, a rare one, but still a chance to meet a mortal with a good heart. Someone who, though poisoned by this malicious environment, is not yet beyond redemption. I do my best to help these people, and if I'm successful, I give them enough gold so they can relocate to another plane. Then I send them on the way. I hope that this way I'll be able to save at least some decent souls. Alas, in this case, failures come back much more often than successes. So to protect my good-hearted but corrupted crew from making irreversible mistakes, I have to rely on some spells. With a smile, Mialara taps her finger against the temple. I call it disciplinary thought correction. So there was a first and second. So the second crashed on the rocks of Alanthea, whatever. We were sailing over Mara Island when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place where discord and hostility fill the air like a noxious miasma. A part of the crew tried to seize the ship, and others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the only last one standing, the last survivor all by myself. I barely managed to guide my ship to Alanthea, but when I was bringing her into land, the rocks tore into her like a fishmonger gutting a fish, and Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. The sorceress squeezes out a bitter smile. As for Starcatcher I, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the Abyss. So how do you wind up in the Abyss then? I was once a member of the Arcanamirium, I'm going to say. The most prestigious magic academy in Absalom. Back then I was a captain too, and I delivered special cargo on passages at my colleague's request. I'd been assigned to a risky and extremely important rescue mission on the plain of Abaddon. I had to rescue a group of Pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out of the claws of a grave ragger. Grave dragger? Grave dragger. Grave ragger would be a totally different thing. Boy oh boy. The Herald of Xiphus, god of accidental and pointless death. That's an interesting thing to be a god of. Fair enough. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I'd never even heard of. News of horrible, pointless and tragic accidents that cut lives unnaturally short followed me wherever I went. But nothing happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble without a scratch, even when violence raged all around. I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starcatcher I was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile and stay away from the plains where civility, mercy and common sense are valued. Here in the Abyss, I can at least avoid mourning those whose lives are cut short due to my curse. Besides, the Abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me, so my cruel fate can add a very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. I understand. Well, I'm going to leave now. Fair winds to you. If you find yourself in need of an excellent ship and a skillful captain, just let me know. Okay. We wanted to talk to you. Hello, my name is Geocot. I'm a wandering bard, researcher and scientist. I study both the natural and the unnatural. How can I be of assistance? Listen, what are you writing? Oh, I'm compiling my notes into a book. It will cause a sensation once it's published. I've been on so many horrible dates, but horrible dates make for great stories. They kind of do. But, yeah, none that I'll be sharing. I've documented them all here. I've dated all kinds of demons, from abracandalus and dretches to glabrezus and belors. I'm publishing a complete guide to dating in the Abyss. Just you wait, my book will be the subject of conversation on every plane. Dates with demons. Don't get the wrong idea, I don't do this because I was desperate for dating partners. I've been conducting research for my book. You kind of look through your notes and actually make sure that you're not just dating demons for the fun of it. Of course. Good luck trying to read my handwriting, though. He hands you his notebook. He holds up his glove puppet dragon and ventriloquizes in a deep voice. Rejoice, puny mortal. You're about to read the first draft of my future interplanar bestseller. It isn't easy to decipher the bard's handwriting, but you quickly realize that his notes are long rambling discourses about all sorts of strange topics, From advice on how to take an abracandaloo to an art exhibition to practical suggestions for properly rubbing a Vivacia's snout. He also recommends that you take brimaracks to restaurants with spicy cuisine and omoxes to mud spa resorts. It is certainly an unusual collection of romantic hints and tips. So what do you think? Brilliant, right? There's only one problem. I'm not very good at titles. A complete guide to dating in the abyss. That sounds too boring. An excellent guide. No, that's not it either. Oh, I just can't come up with anything good. Do you have any ideas? You need a title to sound authoritative. Something like Dates with Demons, an unabridged, unbridled, and untamed guide to dating in the abyss. Maybe a guide on how to get yourself killed. I don't know how you've avoided being eaten alive, but anyone who follows your advice will be devoured in a heartbeat. I think something authoritative. Yeah. Dates with Demons, an unabridged, unbridled, and untamed guide to dating in the abyss. Oh, that's perfect. With a title like this, my book will sell like hotcakes. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. But I must reward you for your help. What can I give you? Ooh, I have an idea. I don't wear things like this anymore. I've recently changed my style. But it's enchanted with some helpful spells. Take it, it might be useful. After my book is published, feel free to come back for an autograph. Happy Traveler's Shard? What the fuck? What's a Happy Traveler's Shard? Is that it there? 10 feet speed. Whenever we travel 50 feet or more, which we can't because our base movement speed is 30, so taking it up by 10 takes us to 40. So we're never going to move 50 feet or more unless we have haste cast on us. Yeah, it's kind of useless for us right now. Not as good as our Web Strider. We like our Web Strider. Okay. Well... Cool. What's this? Oh. Okay. So, can we rest here and not suffer massive corruption?
Bed, booze, or bargain? What brings you here?
I need a room for a night. For 1,000 gold coins, you can take the room in the back. No. The Nexus is right there. I'll take 2 load screens over paying 1,000 gold just for a bed. Fuck that. Especially when the bed might actually give us corruption, and I don't know that for certain, but I'm going to assume it will. Because it's not a sanctified place. Oh, here we go. And then in here too. I'm also going to switch out Sieglinder into the party rather than Trav. I think that might be a good idea.
Attracts weak people who need to latch on to someone
Spell
else.
stuff? I think I already
Don't do them any favors, and don't seek them out.
Did I not do this? I thought I'd already done the spell stuff.
Strong? Oh no.
Let me skip through and let me double check. I thought I'd already done it. I did it and then I saved, didn't I? Please tell me I did. I mean, I definitely did. It's just it might have been that it was the save after this one that I did that on. Well, let me double check. Son of a bitch. Fucking hell. Ugh. Okay. Looks like we're taking another rest. Fuck. Never mind. Right. So. Going to go with that. And that. And we're going to go with... Boop. Okay. So we're going to go with Fire Snake for that. We're going to go with Scorching Ray on that. And that. Do I actually want to take Phantasmal Killer? I don't think we do. I think we're just going to go with Scorching Ray. As for these, I know that we can take... Wait, which... I'll get rid of the shield there. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't matter. Shield's only level 1. Total waste of time. However, I will go ahead and put shield. And shield. Expeditious retreat. And I think fireball. As for this, I think maybe... Wait, actually, do we... No, I think we want Snowball. I think Snowball's going to be a way better fit. And honestly, I'm tempted to just kind of do Snowball and nothing but, and then maybe a couple, reduce person. I think I'm going to take a third reduce person. Snowball is main level 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sounds good to me. Let me see. I don't think we want mirror image. I don't think we want invisibility either. And I don't think we want blur. I think I'm literally just gonna do ray spells. And then a couple of, like you said earlier, Josh, a couple buffs, eh? Cat's Grace. Enhancement to Dex, +4 to Dex. Sounds good to me. Same here. I think we will take maybe 2 haste. And then I think... Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic is good. I'll probably keep hold of a couple Dispel Magics. Maybe 2 Dispel Magics. Does he have a +4 belt? Yeah, I think I put a +4 belt on earlier, didn't I? Yeah. I did put a +4 belt on. And it's an enhancement bonus, so it's totally a waste of time. Thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. Right. So haste, I think Dispel Magic for the last 2. It's useful to have. It's very useful to have. And then Fire Snake for the last one. We're gonna get more out of Fire Snake, I think, than we would out of Scorching Ray at level 5. I think. But yeah, he does have a +4 belt, I'm fairly certain. Okay. So that should be him all done. I think I'm also going to switch Deria out. And instead of Deria, I'm not going to roll. I'm going to pick someone else. So Deria is our scoundrel. I think I'm going to switch Deria out for Arya. So in that case, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Arya and just make sure she's got everything she needs. Wherever she may be. She doesn't have any spells, I know that. Stock +2. Yeah, I think she's good for that. Actually, let me... The only issue, or one of the few issues... What am I saying? It's not a few issues. There's quite a lot of issues with having so many custom characters, but... You know, I don't mind, really. But one of the issues that we do have is that when we want to go and take a look between characters, it can be a little bit difficult. Where's Arya? think I've gone past her. Yep, I have. Right. So, what's that like in comparison? I think Lady Calandra's shirt's going to be better. Or do we want Mantle of the Night? So, we're just basically getting access to +10, so a bonus of +10 on stealth skill checks, and whenever we lose invisibility, we gain the blur spell effect. I think it's worth it. I don't use invisibility all that often, but I think it might be worth it. As for this, we want a Ring of Protection +2 on you. We'll get rid of that. And I think I'm going to put that on Hammond. Where's Hammond? Probably right at the bottom, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And let me just make sure that Matrim does have, yeah, +4 to Dex and Constitution. That's what we like to see. So it's a Cloak of Resistance. I wonder if we have something that might serve a bit better. I think that might be a good one to take. What was it we got rid of? I missed it. Where's it at? Was that it? Sharp Strike? Was it Sharp Strike? Maybe it was Sharp Strike. Let's take a look. Whenever the shoots an enemy engaged in melee combat, the enemy suffers a -1. Yeah, no, I think we're better off with Ring of Sacred Touch. Oh, intelligence-based headwear. That's a good point. That's a good point. We have fast intelligence plus intelligence +2. I think we have better than that. Do we not? I'm sure we had better than that. Let's base it by price. We had better than +2, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. +4. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think Snowball is a ray spell. Not all ranged touch spells are rays. That's a good point. I don't think it is a ray spell, but it is ranged touch. And that's all we're relying on, right? We're just going for ranged touch. Doesn't necessarily have to be a ray, does it? Or is it a ray? Or is it a ray spell? I mean, I would assume it's not purely because it's not like Ray of Snow, you know? Or Ray of Frost. Right, so we've got Matrim kitted out. Hammond's all good, I think. The Ray thing means the spell can be improved by Weapon Focus Ray and other feats. Right, I see. But do we even have Weapon Focus Ray? think I do need to go back to the document and make sure that Matrim is exactly as listed. I'm sure he is. Because I remember leveling... I leveled him up like a couple days ago. I leveled them all up a couple days ago, maybe 2-3 days ago now. And I remember going through his section of the sheet and making sure that it was like, okay, level 14. That's going to be Eldritch Archer. Yeah, it's fine. I was using them synonymously. He's focused on longbow. I was going to say, I didn't think we'd taken weapon focus on rays. Either way. So Hammond's good. You're good. Reveille should be fine. We don't need any armor on it. But what can we do? What can we do to help? We can put that on. Boom. Natural attacks should go a bit better now. Oh. Andor, what do you think? Do you think I should replace the Ring of Protection +2 with the Ring of Nahindrian Courage? So if we're getting attacked with a ranged weapon, 2 morale bonus to AC. On top of that, they get another extra attack of opportunity, and their speed's increased by 10 feet for 1 round. I'm kind of thinking though that's going to serve better than Ring of Protection +2, you know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It does look juicy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that is what I'm trying to say. And we're good for that. You got +4, don't you? Yeah. Is there anything I could put on that's going to be better than that? Immunity to fire. No, that's just harm undead. So, bonus to Knowledge of Arcana skill checks, but +2 for the DC for all saving throws against spells. Right, so never mind. That's going to be a waste. That would be a waste of time. Excuse me, guys. I'm back. I had to take a brief pause there. Wait, looking at the wording, the bonuses only apply. Yeah, they do only apply when attacked by a ranged weapon. But I don't know. I feel like that's worth it. You know. I mean, how often are we attacked by ranged weapons? Fairly often, I suppose. We just need to make sure she's the one at the front taking the attacks or having the attacks directed at her. Have you tried? Oh, you mean making characters that essentially would operate as just much better as a team rather than like individual focused characters? I mean, that would definitely like improve how well the party works together, wouldn't it? The thing with that is though that I'm not in charge of the character creation, you know? Like it's totally down to the viewer and like, you know, it's their choice what their character build is. So whereas, oh, multiple classes on, oh, I thought you meant as in, oh god, like being, a party composition that is in it, rather than having each character focus on their strengths individually, having the entire party focus towards being strong as a unit. That's what I thought you meant. Multiple classes on level up. Right, okay, so just a multi-class then. We do have some like that. There are some of you who have definitely, you know, went for that. Reveille. Rand is another one. Esther, I suppose, 10 levels of... at level 1 you choose Rowdy Rogue and 200 Fighter. And when you level up... when you level up, once you get a level up for both classes. At level 1, you choose Rowdy Rogue. How do you choose 2 at 1 level? Is that what you mean? You mean you choose... Oh, you mean as in... Right, okay. Sorry, the wording confused me there. So, you mean level 1, we take Rowdy Rogue. Level 2, we take Two-Handed Fighter, and we alternate in between. I.e., level 1, Rowdy Rogue. Level 2, Two-Handed Fighter. Level 3, Rowdy Rogue. Level 4, Two-Handed Fighter. Oh, you can do that in Toybox? I've never tried that, Voices. Let me check that out. Let me Google it rather than like trying to dive into it, because I'll probably get more information from Googling it. Toybox and seems very cheaty if that's the case. If you can take multiple classes at 1 level, that seems even cheatier than some of the stuff I've used it for already. Let me see. Can I click? So, level up a multiclass. A variety of character creation, level up, unlock mythic paths, plus support for multiple classes per level up, and gestalt gameplay or gestalt. Wow. I didn't know that was a feature. That's kind of crazy. Dual classing? How does that work? So it works on it's based on the legend mythic path? That seems so... So let me see if I'm grasping this correctly. At 1 level, you are taking the first level for 2 different classes. Therefore, you would, like, let's say I go back to my character. I could be level 14, and it would be 14 cross-blooded, but let's say I also went 14 Rowdy Rogue. And at level 14, I would be level 14 in both classes. That seems so OP. Because you could really... That would essentially allow you to go past level 20, right? Well, I mean, yes, definitely. It would let you go past level 20. I knew that was a feature of the of that mythic path. I didn't realize that's how it worked, though. I thought it just gave you access to further levels. I didn't think that it actually gave you multiple choices at each level up. And at each level up, you gain all the... That is crazy, Voices. That's crazy. I wasn't aware that was a feature. Was not aware that was a feature. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I needed to know that's a feature, because now my brain has just exploded 10 times over. I feel like the Big Bang has just occurred in my mind. I'm like thinking about some of the things that you could do with that. So it would essentially allow you to it would allow you to simulate taking the legend mythic path, not only with your own character if you so choose, or if you so chose to do so, but with your party members as well, with mercenaries. That's cool. That's cool. It's pretty OP. Right. So Ari's good. Hammond's good. I think everyone's good. But I do need to make sure that I have the spells selected on... Where you at, Sarah? There you go. Boy, oh boy. I think this is going to be a big old edited down stream on account of all of the sort of party management that I've had to do. Because nobody wants to sit and watch party management. Nobody. So I apologize, guys. I'll try and get... I don't know. If I can fit another stream in this week, I really would like to. It might be at a different... Well, it definitely would be at a different time, because the days when I'm not streaming, it's because I can't. But it might be nice to get like an evening stream in one day this week. I'll see if I can work around that. But yeah, a nice little impromptu evening stream, just to do a little bit of the do in Pathfinder. But yeah, this is the issue though. Like I fall in love with games and then get flung into them, And then I end up falling in love with so many other games that I just can't fit them all in as much as I want to. I think really I shouldn't have dove into as many games at the same time. I've got 3 streams in 1 week, and I've got 3 games that, well, more than 3 games that I'm wanting to play. So Pathfinder today. Thursday I'll be doing Cult of the Lamb, and possibly some community games as well that you guys can join us with. Maybe some Gartic Phone or something like that. And then Friday... Oh wait, actually I might have got the schedule slightly confused. Let me double check. Boop, 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 boop. Where did I put it? Also, yes, guys, I did shave. I realized that looking at the screenshot Selby took earlier, it's kind of obvious that I have. I just left the mustache a little longer than I normally would. Right, so schedule. Where's the schedule? There's the schedule. So yeah, today Pathfinder, Thursday, maybe some D&D, maybe some Cult of the Lamb, Friday, Walking Dead Season 2, and that's when we're doing games with the community, possibly, maybe. I don't know. I try to do as much as I can, but like I say, like I've got this whole day dedicated to Pathfinder, and that's purely because I really, really enjoy Pathfinder, and I don't like playing it in little sessions. I like to do a full... What are we on now? Like, we must be on almost 6 hours because, yeah, we had the crash, didn't we? The issue with the stream early on. So in reality, we've been going like almost 6 hours at this point. It's just the stream time is going to be a little bit skew with, a little bit incorrect. But yeah, I don't like playing Pathfinder in little bursts. I like to get like at least 5 hours in, maybe 4. You know, if I'm having a bit of a difficult time fitting it in. Let me see. It's only OP in some builds. Sure, you gain more feats this way, but most builds are satisfied with a normal progression. This way you can choose some of the least useful feats, like Deceitful, which gives you +2 to Persuasion to lie. I think I actually took Deceitful. Is it Deceitful or Deceptive? It's one of the two, right? I'm going to go with what you said, Deceitful, because you are most likely correct and I am wrong. That's what I've learned while playing this game. Chat is normally right and I am normally wrong. But yeah, as for the other games, like diving into Cult of the Lamb last week, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that game. Luckily, it's a shorter one. I think what I'll do with Cult of the Lamb, I'll probably play through it, finish it, and then once we've finished it, Thursday's slot will probably become D&D and some Pathfinder. And then once we've got Pathfinder finished, I don't even want to think about that. Once Pathfinder's finished, I have no idea what I'm doing with my stream. I'm joking, of course. I know what I'm doing. Boop, 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 boop. I have ideas. Have I played Baldur's Gate 2? I played Baldur's Gate 2 when I was very, very young, and I don't think I fully understood it, and I don't remember it very well. Actually, would I have been very, very young? I don't think I was very, very young. I was younger, shall we say. So I didn't quite understand it and play it too well, I don't think. And I certainly don't remember the plot line besides from just like you are the spawn of such and such, who I will not name because spoilers, I suppose, for like a 20-year-old game. But yeah. Well, actually, no, it's more than 20 years old now. God, I'm old. But yeah, what I was thinking of doing was finish Pathfinder off. I was thinking of diving into a smaller long play next. I was thinking of diving into Pillars of Eternity. And then maybe once we've done Pillars of Eternity, maybe we do Pillars of Eternity 2. And once we've done those, hopefully at that point, if Baldur's Gate 3 isn't out by that point, then maybe something else. I don't know what. I can only really plan ahead by like one playthrough at a time, I think. But yeah, once Pathfinder's done with, we're going to have a fucking big chunk of scheduled time that I get to play around with. I might actually, it might be the case that I minus like an hour from the stream lengths at that point, just so I can fit other stuff in, because it's already a bit of a stretch to be able to fit free streams that are like 7 hours roughly, sometimes 6 hours long each week. Bit of a stretch, but we'll see. We'll see. Posted a thing in the character showcase section of your Discord, but launching my PC in this heat, even just to take those screenshots, made it really raw. Oh boy. Yeah, I found the same, Andor. Like, it's not incredibly hot with us anymore, but it's still pretty damn hot. And my like, I can literally lean down and feel the temperature of my graphics card, and it is getting up there. It is really getting up there. But yeah, I don't really like to have a fan running, like a room fan running while I'm streaming if I can help it. So yeah, it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm, especially like 8-hour game sessions or whatever. I reached the last encounter with Irenicus with a fully decked paladin, and he whipped my ass so much that I restarted the game as a wizard slayer and turned the tables on him. Irenicus is a wizard. Back in the day, there was no retrain option. You wanted to retrain. Yeah, I do remember. Like, to me, retraining, respecking is a new thing to me. There wasn't a lot of games when I was growing up, when I was like first delving into CRPGs, shall we say, where you could actually retrain your character. One of the, I want to say one of my favorite CRPGs, if it can really be classed as that. I don't think it can, but either way, one of my favorite adventure RPGs, shall we say, is the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. I really loved those games. I had a lot of fun with them. And I don't know if I'm excited or terrified at the concept of them. They're not remastering them, they're remaking them. And it's that specific phrasing that worries me. Remaking. This is not a remaster, it is a remake. Well, the original game was great. Both games were great. I loved them. Fantastic. Mwah. Chef's kiss. If you remastered them, I think they'd be just as great, but they'd look more modern, which is cool. If you remake them, well, that could mean you're going to change things. I don't like change. Nobody likes change. What did I go with last time? I went with Dictum, was it? It might have been Dictum. Oh, it was... Oh, fuck, really? It was scrapped? Holy fucking shit. The fans got so excited when that was announced. There was such an uproar on the tinterwebs about that game. I didn't even know. Was this months ago or was this quite recently? Probably months ago, right? I'm just an old man that doesn't keep up to date with things unless they're handed to me. That's disappointing. Right, as for this, I think we can get rid of Cure Moderate Wounds because we can just convert them to Cure Wounds, and we will go with boop, 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 boop. We went with Eagle Soul last time, and I think... Oh, what was the other one I went with? Was it Blessing of Luck and Resolve? It might have been, you know. It might have been. Then again, Eagle's Splendor might be nice to have. Or... Do we not have Cat's Grace? Can we not do Cat's Grace Mass? Let's go Bur's Endurance. I found out a week or two ago. Oh, so was it fairly recent? Bummed you out too? I'm not surprised. Like, I really loved that series. I was looking forward to seeing what happened. So we don't get that, but instead we get Knights of the Old Republic 2 put onto the Nintendo Switch. That's what we get? Fuck. Maybe double check the Intelligence Headband didn't grant... Oh, any extra spell slots. That's a very good point. Yes, it did. Thank you, Josh. Yeah. Okay. That would have been a bit of a blunder. And now we can make pretty little patterns with our spell selections. So that's good, right? Look how wonderful it looks. Oh, so wonderful. Right. So where was I? Ah, yes. I think I'm going to go with Crusader's Edge. I might actually go with Death Ward, of course. But then again, freedom of movement. Do I want to switch out Crusader's Edge for freedom of movement? +4 morale bonus on saves against all death spells. Yep. I might honestly take two Death Wards. Yep, I'm going to take 2 Death Wards. Might be kind of crucial. We can get rid of... Oh, no, wait. No, that's the wrong one. Never mind. I think that's all good. Forced Repentance, that's fine. What was that one? That's Breath of Life. Okay. What's that? Heal. Yeah. Okay. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. Right, so I think that's everyone sorted. If it's not, I'll come back to it.
If I had an estate to spare, I'd bequeath it to you, Wendewog.
Oh, wow.
Hundreds of bachelors seeking a rich wife would serenade you with songs of your unparalleled beauty. It would be like something straight from the stage.
Are you mocking my beauty? Even if it fades, I will still have plenty to take pride in. And what will you do if I cut up your handsome face? You lock yourself away in a tower and wallow in self-pity.
Wow. What mythic feats does Sarah have? Let me double check. I can't remember off the top of my head. Something tells me it's like boundless healing and abundant casting, but I could be wrong. Boundless healing. Emergency help. Good domain. Yeah. And then toughness and school mastery conjuration. Why, Andor, do you have a suggestion? Because I'm all ears, if so. I'm all ears. I played KOTOR when I was in my first year at uni. Started playing and could not let it go. To this day, it's the only game I finished in one sitting, 27 hours. It was glorious. Holy shit. Oh my god. Could I get away with doing like a 30-hour-long stream of me just playing KOTOR? I mean, I definitely couldn't, and the reason for that is I've tried streaming KOTOR in the past, and it is notoriously unfriendly with modern systems. I don't know why. And it's also notoriously unfriendly with streaming software. So, initially I was going to stream KOTOR 1. This is like 7 months ago, 8 months ago possibly. And KOTOR 1 just isn't recognizable for stream capture, video capture. KOTOR 2 is recognizable and will be received, but No, it's the other way around. KOTOR 1 crashes upon loading when it's capturing with a stream. KOTOR 2 will stream, or will record, should I say, will capture video, but it comes out at like 6 frames a second. Very strange indeed. Hello all, how's the game going? Dwarfs are best. Hello, good day to you. Hope you're doing wonderfully today. Also, what headphones are those? These are AKGs. AKGs. These are the K90... Yeah. K92s. Very nice. However, I have to say, they seem to give a... I think it was the K72s that I've got. I've got them lying around somewhere. K72s. They have a... These really did take some getting used to. K72s seem to be pretty flat overall. K92s, bit of a bass boost in there. Bit of a bass boost. I have to say, the first time that I sat down, started streaming with these on, my voice sounded so bassy. So bassy. I'm a headphone nerd for sure. Yeah, I studied audio, so I know a thing or two about headphones, but yeah, there's definitely a significant bass boost in them. Those lower frequencies. I've definitely seen some streams of KOTOR 1 or 2, so there must be workarounds. Yeah, there definitely are workarounds. There definitely are workarounds, but I think it's entirely based on your system, you know? And your operating system as well. In regards to mine, I tried workarounds, and the workaround enabled me to get KOTOR 2 working, but at 6 frames per second. It was terrible. Wasn't worth it. The stuttering was horrible. But yeah, there certainly are workarounds. It's just, I think it really does depend on your system. How is your party / main character spec? So, we'll go for it. I am cross-blooded sorcerer, mythic path. I am a Zata, as you can see there. As for my party, oh, dwarfs. I'm afraid if I wanted to go through the full party, the full roster, we'd be here all night. We'd be here all night. So one of the things that I have done for my playthrough is I allow viewers to add their own custom characters into the game. That seemed like a great idea when I started, and 6 people came forward and said, we want to join the game. Amazing! You want to join the game? 6 custom characters? That sounds great, of course. We're on 40 custom characters right now. I'm not even shitting you. I'm not even shitting you. Look at all the beautiful faces we now have in our roster. They're wonderful. I love every single one of them like my child, you know. You can't have a favorite child, but it certainly led to some difficulties. Put it this way, when I level up, I do it offline now. I do offline leveling because this is redonkulous. I want to build one. We'll stick around for long enough and I'm sure you'll be able to. It's 2,000 channel points to create a character and add them to the roster. We've actually just created a new one today. She's only level 1. I will level her up off stream because it takes me approximately an hour and a half to level them all up. Approximately. Yeah, it really is a thing. It really is a thing. Who's my tank? Oh boy, I have a few. One of my favorite tanks so far has to be Carnelian. She's just a straight up, 42 AC, that becomes 45, maybe even 46 in combat. A little bit higher with some buffs added on there as well. We of course have the wonderful Rand. I think I definitely have a top 3 tank listing. Yeah, Reveille, Rand, and Carnelian. Those are my top 3 tanks. Because my other tanks, well, Craps is a troll character. He's the most poorly optimized tank ever. He's supposed to be that way. If I roll a nat 1 when I'm picking the party selection, then he has to come out and play. As for Robert and Reynold, they kind of fit into that nice little segment in between tank and DPS. So I don't really like to, you know, say that those are the top 3 because they can fit into both sections. Takes me 3 days to do anything in this game. Oh boy. I don't even know what playtime I'm on now, but it's probably going to be a pretty long playthrough. Wow, I can make 4 characters. Yeah, so I will say as well, I've limited it to 1 character per person, guys. I've limited it to 1. It wasn't for long enough. It wasn't for long enough. I said at the start of every act, every new act, you can add another character if you want. That was a mistake. I should not have done that. I take it back. The Dragon Reborn. Yeah, Josh. There we go. Boom. In fact, Josh, I believe all 3 of your characters, right? Both Rand. We have Rand. We have Perrin. Have I gone past? No. And Matrim. I believe they're all based off of Wheel of Time characters, right? Don't underestimate my power of creating multiple Twitch accounts. I feel like we've already got a few viewers that have done that already. So, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. Let me see. Or at least I certainly have the sneaking suspicion that that's the case. It's Perrin. Oh, is it 2 R's? Josh, did I spell the name wrong or did you? Did I spell the name wrong? It very well could have been me. I mean, I can very easily change that. I can very easily change that. Without having to respec the full character. But yeah, we have a few Wheel of Time fans in here. And I can guarantee that I will certainly be reading the books at some point. However, I've said this many times. I still have like 6 or 7 books I need to get through before I take on anything else. As for the TV show, I'm probably not going to bother with it. I'll read the books. Maybe I'll watch like a couple episodes of the TV show after that and see if I actually enjoy it enough to continue. But I've heard some pretty bad things about the TV show. Apparently it's the books are the go-to. Boom. Perrin has been corrected. I'm listening to the audiobooks right now on The Gathering Storm. It's my 5th time through the series. Wow, but the 3rd time on this book. So good. Not for everyone, but so good. Yeah, so, I mean, I think it was Voices. It was me and you that were talking last week, and you, I think. And you were telling me that the first book sort of falls to the same sort of issues that a lot of first books in a series fall to. Where... Wait, should my portrait not be... Bear with me. Bear with me. So, I need... There is a thing for this. There is a thing that... Let me see... that allows you there we go. All good. However, I'm still not able to interact with things. What's going on? It's a good old reload. That's what I think. Let me see. But yeah, we were talking about it last week, and it was mentioned that it falls down, not falls down, sorry, but it has the same issues as a lot of first books in a big series does, in the sense that they have to put across a lot of information about the world, and they have to introduce a lot of characters, and they have to make it so that all of those characters and all those elements of the world feel fleshed out, feel lovable, feel like characters that you are connected to without, without rushing it. That's very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. Let me see. TV show is total trash. Apologies to all those who worked hard on it, but I can't help it. It's so bad. Yeah, it keeps showing up in the recommended, but people have specifically said do not go near the TV show. It is garbage. You will not enjoy it. Just read the books or listen to the audiobooks. Maybe the audiobooks would be a better thing for me. I find that I have less and less time to read these days. There are some lows, but few and far apart. I read the books twice, or read the books twice, sorry, and just started the audiobook. I love Michael Kramer and Kate Reading. They are the audiobook gods. TV show could have been much better. Hopefully season 2 will have improved quality. So have they? When did they wrap season 1? Like, I'm assuming that must have been like 3 years ago now, right? 2 years ago. I feel like the first time I saw the TV show like advertised was at least like a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago, something like that. I will argue that Book 1 of Wheel of Time is an expert example of how to do that well. It feels very friendly at first to me, and accessible. It gets harder in the later books, I think. Oh, okay, so you've had a bit of a different experience then. Like I say, the only thing I can think to do is to try it and see how we come on. I was most disappointed with the portrayal of Matt. He's my favourite character of the series. The only thing that I actually know about Wheel of Time, I don't know anything about the world, anything about the lore, anything about the storyline at all. The one thing that I do know is that Brandon Sanderson took over for the last book on account of, well, I think the original author had passed away, hadn't he? Unfortunately. Right, so I was going to take out Trav, and I was going to put in Sieglinde. I was also going to take out Daria and put in Arya. Where's she at? Where's she at? There she is. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that's pretty great. Let's do it. I said let's do it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think maybe the last update they put out has done something to the game. Negatively impacted it in some way. Because I feel like it is somewhat less stable. And it could be that it's the update they've put out, or it could be because I've just came into Act 4 and Alishanera is just maybe notorious for being a little bit buggy. I don't know. So, back to the... You know what? Battle Bliss. Let's go Battle Bliss. Oh, the book, yeah, the series now. To me, it gets tough around Book 5. Book 10 is so bad it hurts, but it's all worth it. That's the feeling on Reddit, that the new patch hurts some things. Wow, here you are. In Effect Plays, thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, welcome. I hope you're all doing wonderfully today. Wow, we are. So, Effect, what have you been on with? What have you been playing? What have you been doing? Have you been fighting the Good Crusade? Or were you on with something totally different? But yeah, like regardless, the sort of general consensus that I got last week was that the first book's a little bit slow and then it speeds up after that. But you're saying that starts to get tough around Book 5. Book 10 is very difficult. Trying to make Swarm work on Unfair. You are a better man than me. You are a better man than me, that is for certain. Or a better human than me, shall I say. But yeah. Which is a shitty and thankless endeavour. Well, I hope you didn't come here for good plays. You certainly should not be here for good plays. No, 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 no. I'm playing on my little baby difficulty. My little baby difficulty, that is. My absolute favourite part is the Matt Tuon arc. Matt Tuon? I was reading it in the subway. I couldn't help laughing out loud and people stared. I was kind of like that with, oh, what was it? It was The Martian, I think. The Martian. I don't know if you guys have read the actual book of The Martian, but I read that, and there was quite a few moments in that where like I would laugh out loud whilst being on public transport. It was kind of awkward. Boom.
As you wish. It'll be a difficult fight. This opponent is more dangerous than the last one you faced, so make sure you're fully prepared before you enter the arena. However, if you win this fight, you'll be one step closer to earning your place in the Nahindrian League. Who is my opponent? Oh yes, the Flayer Twins, a dangerous duo with an impressive number of victories. They have a reputation in the arena, so defeating them will bring honor and prestige. However, you should remember that their stage name was given to them for a reason. Okay, I'm ready to enter the arena. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all of your opponents and return alive and victorious. I'll try and do it. Anyways, I gotta run now to do evening stuffs with before your wife murders you. No worries, Effect. Thanks so much for the raid. I understand how it is. Quite often need to rush off myself. Either way, enjoy the evening with the lady. Have a good one. Until next time, keep on keeping on, stay safe, be happy, and goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. The Martian is great. Andy Weir is legit. I know, right? Like, it was a surprising... Oh, shit. I'm missing...
Oh yes, one day they decided to get under Gladiator's skin, so they killed one, flayed him, and wore his skin as a suit. Meet the duo who makes all twins terrifying. Today, they're going to dress themselves in the height of Galarian fashion. The Flayer Twins!
And what about me? Come on. Where's my introduction?
I'll make a pair of shoes out of you, you soft and spineless outsider.
Apparently I went Khajiit for that one.
We'll see which contestants survive, and which ones decorate the arena with their dead bodies. Fighters, commence battle!
This probably isn't going to be as easy as the last one, right? Boop, 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 boop. Listen to your wife, she knows best. Oh, really? Right, so. Let me see, let me see, let me see. So Andor, we want to go with Mage Armor first, right? We want to go with Magic Fang, and we want to have the Dex Mutagen on, right? I think that's all I need to remember. Oh no, Enlarge Person as well. Enlarge Person. Magic Fang. Figure out if anyone else needs anything on first. You forgot to add the last party member. I can do that right now, though. So it's all good. It's all good. I can add them right now. Who was it that we were lacking? I've got my rogue, my scoundrel. I've got my buffer. I've got my blaster. I've got my warrior. Oh, I don't have the fucking healer. And this is what I meant, people, when I said you shouldn't come here for good plays. This is not the channel for good plays. Let me see. So, Sarah, where's Sarah? Or maybe we'll go ahead and bring Chloe out. Give her a chance. You know what? Yeah, let's go with Chloe. Let's add Chloe in. Boom. Let me see. We've got Smash Smash Smasher. Who's missing? Is the channel for great ways to say buffer? Right, so. Let me see. Chloe's in the fight. Anything that I can do to... Yes, there is. There certainly is. Let's go ahead and go with protection from energy. Communal. We will do cold.
I shall not.
Arya, you're all good. Sieglinde, is there anything you can do? Perhaps heroism. Do heroism. Oh wait, actually heroism's only on one creature, isn't it? Kind of like to go for group buff effects, but never mind. So that's going to be plus 4 morale bonus on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks. Let's go ahead and put that on Hammond. In the meantime, I'll wait for Reveille to get boosted up. Right. Okay. Here goes nothing, right? Here goes nothing.
I'm always ready.
Oh boy, I'm scared. I'm scared this is going to be a lot more difficult than the last one.
Skills are absolute.
Let us not hesitate.
Oh, you know what? Actually, let's try and sneak match him in. Boom. Oh, it's still on turn-based mode. Never mind, never mind. Wait, why is Matchroom over there? Why are we all over there? Why have we been flung to every corner of the arena? This was going to go so well. This was going to go so well. And now it's not. Why did I take all that time to do all that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Never mind then. Never mind. Never mind. Neighborinos assemble. Alright, okay, so I'm all the way over here. Fantastic. Okay. We're just gonna take it and we're gonna work with it, guys, okay? We're gonna work with it. Hellfire. Okay, you of course. You're now gonna burn up in the... Yeah. Never mind. And it's your go. I'm still positive. What are you talking about, guys? I'm still positive. I'm not worried. You're worried. You're the one that's worried. You are the worrier. God. Okay. 7 damage. Hammond, where you at? Please. Oh, you can't get there, huh? Well, get as close as you can then. Looks like you'll have to attack next round. Arya, where are you? Okay, Arya basically, from the looks of it, Arya tried to run back out of the arena when combat was commenced. I don't know what happened here. Is this a thing that happens, guys? Is this a common occurrence? I fucking hope not. Okay. Chloe, Chloe, Chloe. What are we going to do with you? Boy. Maybe pox pustules on that one that Hammond's going for? Wait. I thought Ermin Galef was the or Galef, whatever he is. I thought he was the champion, but he's up there commentating. I thought he was like the head of the Nahindrian League or something. If you are Gravy Daddy instead of Flanders, are we still neighborinos? You could be my Graverinos if you want. Or are we Gravy Slay? No, you are not my gravy slaves. Jesus Christ. Good God, no, you're not my gravy slaves. You can be either my Graverinos or my neighborinos. It's up to you. You guys call yourselves whatever the hell you want, and I'll just roll with it. As long as it doesn't have the word slave in it. Oh, God. Okay. We might actually be okay here. They don't seem to be too... I don't want to speak too soon, but they don't seem to be too tricksy. You can try to act like a benevolent leader, but we imprisoned Betty and 8 icy voices. We didn't actually eat him, as it turns out, you know? Is Betty watching your stream? I actually don't know. Probably not. Probably not. I don't think she is. I don't think she is. Right, another one of these. I should have moved first. Never mind. It's all good. Go with that. You need a nickname? Really? I just say voices. I think voices works, you know? Or maybe I could say like Voiches. I could make it sound kind of, you know, icy. I don't know about icy. Voices I think works. Wait, let me check something first. Touch is 18. Let's do it. Okay, never mind. Should have probably done impromptu sneak attack as well, actually, come to think of it. Sivo? Sivo, eh? Sivo could work. Sivo is cute. I don't know. I don't know if you should have said that, because, like, does anyone really want a cute nickname? You know? I prefer voices. I prefer voices too. Voices is what I've been rolling with so far, and I think I'm just going to stick to that. Get out of the fire. Please get out of the fire. Right, Sieglinde. Now is time. Boom. 31 on you. That's 42 hit points and 196. I think we are sitting pretty. Sivo sounds like Wally's friend. Sivo. Oh jeez, those 10 attacks. Let's make them some good ones. Let's do a smite evil first. And then let's come on. We can do it.
We shall overcome.
One attack in. Pretty good. Pretty good. 25 damage. Ah, never mind. Those opportunity attacks are crazy useful though as well. Oh, 20, oh, 44 minus 2 to the constitution. Okay, okay. It's all good. It's all good.
You've ruined my clothes. This suit used to be the skin of a respectable demon.
Okay. Interesting last words. Voices is okay until the voices tell me to kill. Kill. Kill! Sorry, was that out loud? Don't you worry about it, okay? We all have those voices. We all know they exist. Don't we? I think so anyways. But yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's all good. You have nothing to worry about. It just makes me think of Steve-O. Oh my god. I was going to try and do a Steve-O impression then. I'm not going to. Number one, because I don't know what Steve-O would actually say. I don't know any memorable phrases that Steve-O has said. Number two, I don't actually know if I could do Steve-O. Holy fucking shit, Fraser, you choose like the most opportune times to arrive.
So Steve-O like talks up here, doesn't he? Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
I can't do his exact voice because he talks as if like he has done years of smoking and drinking liquor, and
it's ravaged his vocal cords.
I don't think I can do Steve-O. Voices is a good name, but it does make me think of you as a disembodied fort demon. I can get behind that.
Awesome, I like it. I am darkness. I'm evil. Fear me. I'm not cute.
Oh, good god. Right. Matrim. So, do we have everything enabled? I think we do, right? Speed on as well. Oh, and that. And that. And... wait, let me double check something. Can I get away with doing... touch? So it's a range of touch. Oh, no. Fire Snake is not touch. However, Scorching Ray is. Let's try it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh boy. Fuck. I thought that was going to be a good one. I'm really quite jealous of people who can do impressions. It's like magic to me. Yeah, me too. Me too. Like, whenever I hear someone dive into a really cool voice, I'm just like, wow, I wish I was you. I wish I was you. It's so good. Me too. I have a love-hate relationship with Matt Mercer's. Oh my god. He's so good. So good. So wonderful. Yeah. Abilities management. If you want the best chance to hit with Matrim while still using his major skills with a bow, deadly aim off. Okay, deadly aim's off. Weapon enhancement on without detracting buffs. Okay. So spell combat doesn't... oh, so do we want spell combat off as well? And we obviously want speed off. Spell Strike we'd want on you. Arcane Accuracy for Intelligence modifier. Spell Combat is one of the 2 major skills. Oop, shit. So weapon enhancement on without detracting buffs. Arcane Accuracy. But you're doing it? I'm doing what? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Impressions? Oh, I'm doing impressions, but I'm doing bad impressions. I'm not doing them well. I'm not doing them well at all. There's like 1 or 2 that I can do, but the majority of them are just me fumbling through various parts of my voice. Sometimes, if you just go balls to the wall with an impression and capture roughly the right sort of style, then people will just go, yes, that's amazing. Oh, my regil? My regil's just like, that's just my normal speaking voice. Well, no, it's not my normal speaking voice, but it's if I wasn't streaming and I was just, I don't know, talking really relaxed, then that's just down in my sort of normal register. Because believe it or not, let me mute the game for a sec, so I can actually hear myself. So believe it or not, when I'm actually not streaming, I talk more like this. Just sort of down in the lower register. Whereas when I'm streaming, I tend to go up here because it's more high energy and it's more natural for me when I've got a camera in front of me. You know? Like, do you guys think that, like, when let's say I see, like, my auntie, do you think I'm like, hey, Annie, how you doing? Oh, boy. And now we're listening to Barry White. They're like usually 80% there, but can you do more cowbell? I wish I could do Christopher Walken. He's got such a good voice, but it's just absolutely terrible. I have no idea how to do Christopher Walken, and every time I do it, it sounds absolutely terrible. Like I can kind of get the speech pattern there that he talks with, but I can't get the voice is nil. It is naught. It is terrible. But yeah, I think it's because I also haven't seen a lot of, like, I don't know a lot of iconic lines that Christopher Walken says, because normally you've got like one line that you can dive into, you know, like Sean Connery, it's like 17 no's and 1 yes still means yes, you know, like things like that. More about the cadence and the intonation. Yeah, it's the way he speaks, but there's also like, I don't know, it's like a specific sort of area that he seems to talk in, you know. Like, fuck, the only thing I can remember about Christopher Walken off the top of my head is that he was in the Fatboy Slim music video. I can't think of any of his specific lines, you know. But no, Regel is down here. I do not want to think about what we do after the crusade. Sean Connery works as well. Obviously Arnie, good old Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh boy. Turd Ferguson. It's funny because it's bigger than a regular hat. Wait, what? Turd Ferguson? What's that? Oh my god. Norm Macdonald. I fucking loved Norm Macdonald. Such a fucking funny guy. What a big fucking loss for comedy. What an absolutely massive loss for comedy. Yeah. Not gonna lie, a little bit bummed out thinking about Norm Macdonald. I'm gonna power through for Norm. Jeez. He was such a fucking funny guy, and the way that, like, even after he realized that he wasn't, you know, long for this world, he didn't tell anyone. He didn't tell anyone. He just, like, he just lived life. He would want you to press on. Yeah, he'd want me to press on, and then he'd tell me a weird story about his French-Canadian uncle. Seriously, if you guys haven't checked out, you've never seen the stories on Conan O'Brien's talk show, whatever that, Late Night with Conan, whatever the hell it's called. If you haven't seen the Norm Macdonald stories about his uncle on Conan O'Brien's show, go check them out. They're so funny. So funny in like a really drawn out, exaggerated way. Walken also kind of trips over his voice into his head voice on, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. It's that weird sort of switch up, isn't it? Pierre. Oh yeah, Uncle Pierre, that's it. Uncle Pierre. Good stuff, bad uncle. Ah, jeez. Right, Chloe. Why don't we go ahead? And cure them. Boom. Sieglinde. Sieglinde. Same again, please. 10. 10 more hits in. Come on, you've got this. One hit. One hit. Just want one. I'm not going to be greedy. Oh, we are suffering from a negative level. That's why. Hammond is taking a beating. I can help, though. At least I can normally help. Negative levels, maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Right, so, in theory, we should have a pretty good chance to hit with Matrim now, then. Should have a pretty good chance to hit. I'm tempted to just go with the, Are they named after Hammond after... Are they named Hammond after Top Gear? No, I don't know what Hammond's named after. I mean, by all intents and purposes, Hammond could be named after Hammond from Top Gear. I would have to ask. I would have to ask. Ah, jeez. Could very well be the case. Could be that it turns out, you know, we've got a big Top Gear fan in the community. Where have my boys gone? Nope, still gone. Oh boy. Well then, can I at least attack? I can't even attack. Why can't I attack? What is preventing me from attacking? Duracne poison? No, won't be that. So, I think that,
Morty, I think the fucking game's fucked up again.
The American version of Top Gear is Why the World is Bad. Apologies from an American, we don't all... we don't all mean it that way. Looking at the list of phrases mods have approved recently is funny. Yeah, like... I don't know, I'm fairly easygoing when it comes to language. I don't allow things that are, you know... well, too extreme. But for the most part, I'm okay with things. But yeah, when you look through the phrases that people have approved, there's been one or two times where I've been like, I've had to look through and I've been like, that shouldn't be approved. So I've like gotten rid of it. Oh, now I can. Wait, why wasn't he automatically selected? I clicked on him. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's get rid of power attack. Hammond.
Let's hear you cry.
Hammond, what is going on?
Run them through!
My standard action has already been used? What's my standard action been used for? Was the poison only damage, no effects? I thought it was only damage. So it's a fortitude save. Yeah, just damage. Just constitution damage. No effects. As far as I can see. No negatives on him. Curious. Very curious. Let's try a trip. Never mind. Darachne will not be tripped.
Don't hold back.
The problem is that it's usually approved based on context. Yeah, I mean, context goes a large way for a lot of the things that have been approved. You can approve a comment because its context is fine, but it shouldn't really be added permanently to the approved list because it could very easily not be okay in a different context. 100%. 100%. Right. What can we do?
Strike as one.
Okay. That wasn't very nice. Another one. Come on, you've got this. Okay. Reasonable. Not as good as it was, but those negative levels are probably going to be a bit of a bitch. To overcome. Chloe, does Chloe actually... this is why I shouldn't have changed for Chloe, because I literally just... Bad Kessler. You literally just spent time making it so that Sarah had abilities that you needed. God. And then in a flight of fancy, I decided, you know what? I'm going to put Chloe in instead. No. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And why do I get another go? I don't get another go. I thought that would. Never mind.
Out of my way!
14, 0, 0. Why is this one so much more difficult than the other one? The other one was very easy. What's flip the switch? Oh, it's to change the lighting in my room. It's to change the lighting. I was discussing this with someone else because they said cunt is banned on Twitch, but we've said it here and there. What, they've banned one specific word on across the whole of Twitch? But for Americans, it's a much worse word. Yeah, I mean, like, go into an Australian's stream and I'm sure you'll hear it fairly often. I didn't realize it was such a, you know, I don't see how it is so much worse than a number of other words that could be used as a replacement for that.
Attack.
I think maybe Twitch should leave it to the streamers to decide what is and isn't allowed, you know? Especially given the fact that I can't remember the last time I had Twitch like send out a list of words that should never be allowed. If they're going to start enforcing things like that, maybe they should actually make sure that they inform streamers of what is and isn't expected, rather than just, you know, having some vague document out there that's like, you can't say these things, and then not actually give it access to people who are streaming. Maybe that's just a personal opinion that is unwarranted, but I don't know. Okay.
Don't hold back.
2 attacks in. Never mind.
Attack. Take that.
Ooh, lovely. Okay, 42 hit points remaining. 42 hit points remaining.
My wounds pile
And 20 damage, 41 damage, 61 damage. 61 damage on Hammond. We've lost the DPS. Okay. Let's try it. Boom. Wunderbar. Demand explanations from Zeklex. What explanations do we need? We were sent in here to do a fight. We did a fight. And I don't think there was anything wrong with the fight, right? Ring. And cloak. Toxic wrap. Okay. An all-round defense. Wonderful.
I will not falter.
Could one of you loot that, please? Oh, brilliant.
Quickly!
What just happened? What just happened? Why did he take so many lava burns? Did you see that thing where Asmon got banned from Twitch for a day? I think I heard I vaguely heard that he got banned, but I don't know what for. Because he was streaming in Diablo. Oh yeah, it was in the game, wasn't it? And he hadn't covered the game chat. Personally, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, yeah, I think Twitch need to do better as a platform at actually being understanding of personal circumstance rather than labeling everything as one thing, you know? Like, how the hell is he supposed to... Is he just... Like, fair enough, he could hide the chat. But, I don't know. Exactly, what the fuck was he supposed to do? Remember how you were all teleported about the arena at the beginning of the fight? Yeah, that. Wait. Wait, what? I think I've lost track of something I said there. What was that about me being teleported? I know I got teleported at the start, but was that where all that damage came from then? Was I just being randomly shunted around in the lava? Go stand in the lava? I feel like you shouldn't be anywhere so hot that the air is moving. I mean, a nice sauna or a spa is a welcome, you know, a welcome experience, right? You never been in like a sauna where it gets so hot that it gets all in the air? It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Not a massive fan of the saunas, but you know, they're pretty nice. I've been in like 2 in my whole life. Pretty nice. Bit uncomfortable, but you get used to it. You just sort of sweat. You just sort of sweat for an hour. Or 45 minutes, something like that. Zeklex, apparently you have something to explain to me. How can I be of assistance? My fight in the arena was far from fair. Care to explain? Was it? Oh, what? You mean I had too much of an easy time killing them? Was it supposed to be really unfair? Was it supposed to be balanced towards them? The imp squeals angrily as he tries to get out of the bag. Zeklex holds the bag shut, fighting to keep his belligerent companion inside. I swear, it was Ermenglef's idea. As you should already know, he's not a fan of fair fights. I regret that you've been caught in his trap. However, you held up well. You've got talent. I may be able to arrange a match for you. I mean, it was a little bit difficult, but it wasn't, like, unjustly so. Maybe even the champion. I want to challenge the strongest fighter in the arena. Things don't work like that around here. Geldefang only fights members of the Junior League, and a fight with him is a big deal. After his last incident, Ermenglef strictly forbids him. I think I'm okay now. A little bit of pain in the vocal area. He forbade him from entering the arena without permission. Geldefang is his bodyguard after all, so if you want to fight the champion, you'll have to join the Nihindrian League, and there's only one way to do that, by killing another member of the League. But fighting a member of the League is a... Wait, so in order to challenge the head of the League, the Nihindrian League, I need to kill a member of the Nihindrian League? Could I not just challenge the champion of the Nihindrian League, and then kill him? Because he is also a member of the Nihindrian League? These are some very complex rules that they have in place here. Reminds me, I need to go swimming soon. Speaking of sauna. Oh, what, would you go for a swim and then a little lounge in the sauna fray? I went swimming a little while ago, but the sauna was closed because of COVID. You know something? I don't know if I've ever actually been... The only times I've been to a sauna, it wasn't at a swimming pool. It was at a... Oh no, actually, one of the times it was at the swim pool. But the time I'm thinking of, it was at a gym. It was at a gym and they had a sauna. But they did not have a pool. But yeah. It's supposed to be wonderful properties of going into cold water and then going into a sauna, right? Good for the immune system, apparently. Boop, 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 boop. Our swimming facilities in town are completely new and it has a nice... Ooh, sounds good. So, you have to earn the right to face them in battle. Now, I may be able to help you on that front, but first you'll have to do me a favor. I want to give a gift to the current champion. I'd like to send him the most beautiful succubi from the 10,000 Delights. I need you to go make a deal with them and convince them to provide their services to Gelderfang. If you do this, Gelderfang will be happy to arrange a fight between you and a league fighter without delay. Where can I find these succubi? Actually, no. I need the gold up front. Fuck you, bitch. I need my gold. 9. I need to roll a 9. I succeeded. This should compensate your expenses. Boom. Okay, so I have 40,000 gold, and maybe I won't even go and do that. Maybe I'll just go and spend the gold. I have to go. Strike a deal on hiring succubi from the 10,000 Delights. Wow. Okay. Well, it's getting pretty late with me, guys. So I'm probably going to start getting ready to head off. If you've tuned in today and you're new to the channel, feel free to give a follow. Feel free. And then you can stay up to date. Well, you can't stay up to date, but you'll certainly be notified when I go live. If you want to stay up to date on when I'm going live and what's happening with the channel and the community and whatnot, feel free to join the Discord. There are links below in my About Me section. They're splattered everywhere. And there are also chat commands you can use to get them up if you would like to do so. But yeah, either way, guys, I've had a really great time. I hope you have. Should we raid someone? How many people have we got in? I think we've got enough to perform a nice little raid.